Peace and blessings to all of you, wherever you are in the four corners of the world. It is no accident that you discovered this video from among the thousands of other videos on YouTube. It is no accident that you stumbled on our channel. There must be a reason. You might be searching for something that will satisfy your need for more information. If you are looking for answers as to who you are, where you came from, and where you are destined, then you came into the right channel. Oftentimes, such questions pop up in your mind because of the many experiences brought about by the events across the world. None of the expert political analysts is able to accurately explain what is happening. Why are this happening and what awaits humanity? While the world governments are trying to fix things, conflicts, and overlapping interests between different nations, things are not getting any better as days go by. Here is a question. Should you fear about the future and your family? The answer is both yes and no. If you are prepared, then you need not worry. But if you are not prepared, then you are facing uncertainty. Maybe, just maybe, the reason why you are here is you want to be prepared for whatever circumstances may come. And our purpose is to help you along the way. But we can only help you if you do this simple self-analysis. To get started, look at yourself in front of a mirror. Look at your color. Look at your hair. Then ask yourself the following questions. Who I am? Where do I came from? Who are my ancestors? Where is our land? What does the future hold for me, my family, and my descendants? Those are the most important questions that will guide you back into the right track. And we are here to help you with the truthful information that has been distorted over time. Remember this, to understand and be prepared for what lies ahead, you need to look back at the past as deep as you can, back to the beginning of time. You will realize that life in this world is a journey that has been taken by your ancestors. You are simply continuing that journey today, and the journey will be continued by your descendants in the future. Therefore, to correctly navigate towards the right direction, you need to look back where your ancestors had begun in the deep annals of history. As you look back at the tracks taken by your ancestors, you will realize that your generation is taking the wrong direction. That explains why you are experiencing all of these painful experiences. Your generation as a nation have diverted away from the direction charted by your sages and prophets written in a book which is wrongfully called the Bible. The Bible is a book of history and a book of projections into the future. It is on that book where your destiny had been charted. But sadly, the Bible was poorly understood and wrongfully preached. We have come to help you get back into the right track as charted by the prophets. We will start by letting you understand who you are, your true genealogy, and your destination in the face of the earth. Only then you will understand all of the world events that will culminate in a few years to come. We will guide you towards the coming kingdom foretold by our sages and prophets. We are preparing the way, for it is now transcending into our physical reality. No religion on earth could ever guide you back in the right track towards that direction. In fact, religions and churches distorted and even destroyed the markers and guideposts. Thus, you have drifted farther and farther away, lost into oblivion. Let me give you this first message and listen very carefully. Come out of her, my people, and go back to the covenant. You got lost and were scattered across the world because your ancestors had broken the covenant that should have established your kingdom. In effect, you suffered as slaves in foreign lands where you are right now. You had been given a land but was taken away by your enemies, all because you had forsaken the covenant. Look back at your history and prove me wrong. If you continue to be stiff-necked people, and if you will let your skepticism and prejudices prevail against our message, then you can click off the video and go on your way. But if you give us the benefit of the doubt, then you will find the right path. We are just doing what needs to be done according to the words of the sages and prophets, most importantly, the words of prophets Isaiah, Joel, Malachi, and John the Revelator in the book of Revelation. As foretold by prophet Isaiah, your helper will arise from the east, from a nation of many islands. The helper will guide you back into the right path, and this is your last chance. Listen, you all tribes of Jacob, especially you tribe of Judah. Listen and listen very carefully. I will bring back the past into your memory so that you will realize where you had fallen. Remember the following. Number 1, the name. Number 2, the covenant. Number 3, the king. And number 4, the kingdom. Again, tribe of Judah and all other tribes, listen and listen very carefully. Stop your spiritual fornication so that your eyes will be opened and your memory will be restored from oblivion. All of you, tribes of Jacob, should stop your fornication with Babylonian religions, Babylonian doctrines, and Babylonian God. Their God is not your almighty divine protector who had established a kingdom with your great ancestors. Get out from Babylonian religions and go back to the covenant, for it is written in Malachi, "Return to me, and I will return to you." No religion or sect will ever guide you returning back to the covenant that establishes your true relation with our divine protector. Returning to the covenant is not that easy, but we from the east will help you. For it is written by prophet Isaiah that in the last days one from the east will be stirred and called into service to awaken and help you. Isaiah chapter 46 verse 11. From the east I summon a bird of prey, from a far off land, a man to fulfill my purpose. What I have said, that I will bring about. What I have planned, that I will do. Be very careful and not deceived. The true messenger from the east carries the true Hebrew name of the Almighty Father and the name of the Lamb to seal the chosen ones. It is written, Revelation chapter 7 verse 2 to 4. Then I saw another angel coming up from the east, having the seal of the living Alahayam. He called out in a loud voice to the 4 angels who had been given power to harm the land and the sea, "Do not harm the land or the sea or the trees until we put a seal on the foreheads of the servants of our Alahayam. Then I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel. There will be 144,000 to be sealed in the foreheads. Question: what would be the seal on their foreheads? The answer is found in Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. Then I looked, and there before me was the Lamb, standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 who had his name and his Father's name sealed on their foreheads. Loud and clear, the seal is the name of the Father and the name of the Messiah. If someone else from the east comes to you and yet does not carry the true Hebrew name of the Father and the true Hebrew name of the King Messiah, do not be deceived. You should have learned your lessons in history. Now, the time has come as written. We have the mandate to prepare the way. We will virtually gather you into one flock, one shepherd, according to the covenant. We are preparing you for the one king and the one kingdom. All that has been written is now unfolding and materializing in the physical reality. Have you not realized that? Wake up! Have you forgotten the plagues in Egypt back in the days of Moses? And have you forgotten how you have been released from Egypt? Can you not relate those events to what is happening now? History is just repeating the cycle. It is written, what has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. Once again, sons of Jacob, descendants of Jacob, you have been scattered in all corners of the earth, east, west, north, and south. And for you to know who you are, just look at yourself in front of the mirror. You are men of colors ranging from the very dark blackish brown to the lighter, fairer tones. Once you have realized who you are, a grand virtual exodus will happen. You might want to ask who I am and who we are. It is no longer important to know who we are. Just remember, the sons of Jacob had been scattered to all parts of the world. Let me repeat that. All parts of the world. The one destined to prepare the way would be coming from the east, as foretold by prophet Isaiah. The Messiah had also spoken about this messenger that he will send in the last days, someone compared to John the Baptist. And in Revelation, the messenger who will do the sealing will rise up from the east. He is symbolized as an angel. It simply means the truthful message will be preached from the east. Do not be surprised, therefore, to learn that we in the east have restored the Levitical priesthood according to the covenant. If you truly understand the words of the prophets, then you should not expect that the message will be preached by someone from the tribe of Judah in the west, but rather, it is the other way around. The one spoken of by prophet Isaiah and by the Messiah is coming from the east. This messenger will awaken and guide the tribe of Judah, who at present is committing spiritual fornication with Babylonian religions and had forgotten the covenant. Yes, you tribe of Judah have forgotten the covenant. We have even seen some of you still engaged in Babylonian doctrines despite knowing the true name of the Father. And we have not seen anyone from you preaching about the covenant. You failed to reestablish your relationship with our Father. True relationship is through the covenant and not through the yappy faith and grace doctrines of the Babylonian sects and religions. Wake up, Judah! Do your part. You need to return to the covenant. Do not despise the divine words spoken to and written by Prophet Malachi. Listen, all tribes of Jacob. It is written, and I quote, Malachi chapter 3, verse 7. Ever since the time of your ancestors, you have turned away from my decrees and have not kept them. Return to me, and I will return to you, says Yahweh Almighty. But you ask, how are we to return? You are asking, how are we to return? The answer is simple. We from the east will help and guide you return back into the covenant. It is the only way to restore your relationship with the Father Almighty. Nothing else, only the covenant. That is why we are steered from the east to preach the kingdom to you as a testimony to all nations of the world. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Now, let me once again ask you this question. Are you worried about the future? Do you fear the future? Again, the answer can be both yes and no, depending on whether you have returned to the covenant or not. Before we end, we would like to clarify something. We are not a religion, and we do not preach religious doctrines. Nowhere in the Bible was it ever stated that we should put up religions and preach doctrines. Therefore, we forever shout #No to religions, yes to covenant. If our message is resonating with you, then it is for you. Click the subscribe button and post a comment in English so we could answer your questions. More videos are coming up soon. Bashers and hate speech will not be allowed. Offenders will be blocked from the channel. Thank you and be blessed. Shalom.